And what Roseanne tweeted out, suggesting to MSNBC that Roseanne is not the only one who deserves some of the blame. Take a listen.
Do you feel like this president has set a tone that has made people feel increasingly empowered to say those kinds of things?
Well, this is what I think, Chris. I think tone does start at the top, and we like to look up to our president and feel as though he reflects the values of our country. But I also think every individual citizen has a responsibility too.
She says some of it comes from the top, as in President Trump. What do social media stars Diamond and Silk think about that? Ladies, good to see you both. Thank you so much for joining us. So you heard Valerie Jarrett. What do you think?
Well, of course, I don't agree with what she said about blaming our president for what someone tweeted. Listen, first of all, Roseanne, let me just say this here. She is not a racist. She made bad judgments when she tweeted out something that was a little off the cuff, and she apologized for it. Now, where's the apologies from all of the other people like the Joy Beharts, Whoopi Goldberg, Sunny Hostin, Jimmy Kimmel? Where are the apologies from those people that work for ABC as well? Why haven't their shows been canned? Because they've said some off-the-cuff stuff about our president and about conservatives, about people that support our president.
Well, I'll tell you, I was reading the Keith Olbermann tweets just earlier just to get caught up on this, and I couldn't believe some of the things that he has said on Twitter with the S-bombs and the pushback on President Trump. And then you just heard Howie Kurtz mention Joy Behar as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We have to block Keith Olbermann on Twitter because he's so nasty.
Very nasty.
So I don't get the hypocrisy. It's so real on both sides. Listen, if we're going to open up the conversation, I know Valerie said that this is a teachable moment. If this is a teachable moment, how about we open up open it up. If we're going to talk about racism, let's talk about it on one side, because the word monkey, black people call us that.
That's right. And we need to talk about it on both sides.
On both sides. It's not one-sided.
That's right.
And it's not one-sided. It's on both sides. We're called monkeys. We're called coons and all kinds of derogatory names.
That's right.
And listen, you teach people how to treat you. So everybody want to be mad at Roseanne, who happens to be a white woman. You want to call her racist. Well, what about the racism on the other side? We have our black brothers and sisters calling other black brothers and sisters all kinds of derogatory names. Yes, we have to. If we're going to have a conversation, let's tell the truth about the whole conversation and not just be one-sided.
So what do we do about it?
Well, what do we do about it? We stop calling each other names, we come to the table and we talk about it. And I don't think that her show should have been canned. I think that this would have been a teachable moment to be on the show. Let this play out on the show, we know how to treat each other.
Yeah. It feels like if you're a Trump supporter, there's just no room for error. She obviously made a big mistake.
Right. And she apologized.
But there's no room for error, especially if you have a conservative mentality.
And that is not fair. And that's where the hypocrisy come in, and that has happened. It's got to stop.
And she apologized for it. That's the number one thing. She was woman enough to apologize for it. When she saw that the joke fell flat, she apologized for it. Okay, but we still have yet to wait on other people from the left. We was really astounded, by the way. They are beating this lady up over the head about racism when they are the one that does a lot of the racism. If you go to the Diamond and Silk Wall of Shame, you will see so many derogatory remarks made about us from other black people, from other people that is speaking out, talking about this person is racist. One tweet, one bad joke don't make you a racist.
That's right.
That's her. Yeah. So was it appropriate? What do you think happens with Roseanne now? I mean, was it appropriate that the show was canceled? And do you think it gets picked up by somebody else? I mean, the show was incredibly successful.
It was a very successful show. I hope it get picked up by someone else if ABC don't want to deal with it or whatever. Listen, I think everybody deserves to be forgiven.
Yeah.
But
if you cancel her show, look, there's some more shows that's on ABC.
That needs to be canceled. We can cancel The View. We can cancel Jimmy Kimmel. Some of those people have said the most derogatory things. I can't watch that.
Exactly.
So if you want to play that tick for tack, come on, let's do it.
Well, that's a good point, because Jimmy Kimmel will say, look, I'm a comedian. This is what I do.
Well, she's a comedian too. She's a comedian.
But she wasn't making a joke when she put that tweet out.
Well, she said she was making a joke. So I want to give her the benefit of the doubt.
That's right.
She said she was making a joke. She apologized for it. Listen, a comedian just called us bootlickers and coons. But we put it out on Twitter and told him to take it down, and he did. So I'm not going to put him on blast. But the deal is, it happened.
Wow.
You know, so.
But you also have had your challenges with Twitter in it itself.
Absolutely. Twitter, Facebook. The whole thing. Being a
And do you think
conservative,
that's because you're conservative?
it's because we conservative and we support this president.
That's right.
You got to realize how he won this through social media.
Yes.
We use social media, and he is now the president of the United States. They don't like that, so they're going to do everything they can to block us and to stop us.
And they look at us as a double threat. We're two black women, we're conservative, and we love our president. Okay, a triple threat.
Yeah. No, I mean, I think you make really good points. I mean, in terms of social media, people are moving so fast. They just say things like this. I mean, you know, I've seen it myself, and just you say things and then say, oh gosh, why did I say that? We should have a little more forgiveness for that, given that we're all moving so fast. And having said that, there's no room. There's no tolerance for
And
racism.
just calm it down. There is no tolerance for that, for any kind of racism on either side. It can't be one-sided here. That's what I'm trying to make.
Yeah.
We can't always point the finger at every white person when my black brothers and sisters is calling us out of our name and calling us the same derogatory name. Ben Carson was just called a porch monkey. Nobody said nothing about that journalist. Yet everybody want to go after Roseanne.
A journalist called him that.
Well, this is what we're hearing. Yes.
right.
And she took the tweet down, the so-called journalist took the tweet down.
But didn't apologize.
But didn't apologize
That's
for it.
right.
But you see, it can't be a double standard. You know, racism is not just about white. Racism, if you are spewing it, then you need to stop doing it.
It's ignorance across the board.
Absolutely.
And it comes in many forms.
All the way across the board.
So have you heard from Roseanne? What do you think about her response?
Listen, I just, if it was me, I would sort of get off of Twitter for a minute and just calm it down.
Give it a break.
Just give it a break. You know, you don't have to be on the defense about everything.
But the president responding, I'm just talking to Howie Kurtz about this, the president responding, sort of wading into this controversy, is giving some people more ammunition to attack President Trump. You know that.
But here's the deal. He made perfectly sense when he said it.
Yeah.
All of these people on ABC attacked him, but that producer, whoever that was, they didn't call and say, you know what, Mr. President, we're sorry, we apologize about that. You know what I mean? The hypocrisy. It cannot be one-sided, and it's one-sided. So I'm happy that the president weighed in way he weighed in.
But the president is not afraid to say, you know, Lion Ted or, you know.
Okay, that was doing a
and other
primary.
things,
That was doing a primary.
Chuck Todd, Sleepy Eyes. I mean, he's not afraid to throw it.
Well, but these people have thrown it to him.
That's right.
These
That's
people
true.
have
That's
said the
true.
most damnable things.
And derogatory.
Yes, you don't do that to a sitting president.
Yeah.
Imagine if people would have done that to Obama. All chains and fences would have broke loose. We wouldn't know our country
And
today.
here's the crazy thing, they do it on a daily basis.
Right.
Roseanne's show came on once a week. These people do it on a daily basis and no apology at all. They call him a xenophobe, homophobe, all these other different phobes. I'm waiting on them to call him a germaphobe. They just call him all of these different names, racist name, call him a racist. They don't have a problem sitting there saying he's a racist. Okay? Donald Trump, our president, is not a racist. He's a realist, and the only color he sees is green, and he wants everybody, including the naysayers, to have something.
That's right. He wants us to be prosperous.
That's right.
And then, by the way, it's happening.
It is
And an
happening,
economy
yes.
that is growing. Let me ask you, because of
Yeah,
your
right.
conservative views, you're sort of out
has
there,
you.
and you're up for attack. I know this. I've watched this. Have you always been conservative?
Well, we've always been conservative in our thought and our thinking process, but we tended to vote Democrat because we were conditioned. But we found that just because you're black didn't mean you had to vote Democrat. We say you can get off of that, what we call Democrat plantation, and you can vote for something different. And when we saw then Donald Trump, now President Trump, we wanted something different, and that's why we voted for him.
That's really interesting. So you just sort of went
You're
with the
gonna get
herd,
something different.
right?
You're
And
gonna
you
get a
just
nuke
went with
up there.
and
We
voted Democrat.
conditioned.
Right.
It's conditioned.
That's right.
You're
We were
raised that way.
lifelong
different,
Democrats. Being lifelong Democrats, they tell you that you have to vote Democrat. Whoever the head of the ticket is, that's who you vote
Even
for.
if your life hadn't changed in forever, even if you weren't liking the policies, if the policies were actually working against
But
you.
they would tell you stuff like they would say stuff like, well, you may not be able to eat under a Republican, but that goes all the way back to the Jim Crow days created by the Democrats. So you got to know your history. When we start doing our history about the Democratic Party, it was time to ditch the Democratic Party. That's why we started the Ditch and Switch Now movement back in September of 2015, because we wanted everybody to switch to Republican to vote for
You
Donald
make
Trump.
a lot of really good points, ladies. You think the midterms are going to be successful for the Republicans?
I'm looking for them to be successful for the Republican Party.
That's right.
Because they were talking about this blue wave, and it seems to be sort of in the back seat right now.
Oh, no, it's-
because of the policies coming out of the Trump administration that have had impact.
That's right. Be sure to vote right, or you're going to get left.
That's right.
Wow, Diamond and Silk, great to see you, ladies.
Thank you for having
so much. A pleasure to talk with you both.
Nigga when they gotta go. Definitely digging up something, man.